So today I know that you're not here because appointment setting is trending. You're here because something in your current life isn't working. Maybe you've looked into remote work before. You found dodgy travel agent schemes, MLMs, and nothing that actually made sense, leading to months of searching and ultimately ending up back at square one. And that's what I really want to end for you today. I want to show you how legitimate appointment setting is and ultimately why it works. For anyone that doesn't know me, I'm Rachel, and 3 years ago I learned appointment setting. Within 6 weeks, I decided to hand in my notice to my corporate 9 to 5, and I haven't looked back. It's literally me, my laptop, and probably a bottle of sparkling water against the world. I'm currently in the south of France, so life is pretty good. I also now have the pleasure of coaching other girls to do the exact same thing that I did. I've helped over 30 girls land remote roles, and I'm going to tell you exactly how in this video. So without further ado, like I say, I've been on this exact same journey. I have researched all of the dodgy side hustles and remote work schemes that there are, and I really just want to spend this time breaking down to you exactly what appointment setting is and how it can help you to have that remote freedom to start your own business, and why ultimately it is a legitimate business model. And yes, I have broken it down with examples of the clients that you can expect to be working with, but honestly the list is endless. What even is appointment setting? To start with, I want you to think of any online business. So this is like online fitness coaches, online business coaches, mindset mentors, even larger companies like marketing agencies that aren't necessarily one person. They're all showing up online, building an audience, and ultimately delivering on their offer. And all of this means that they do not have the time to be sat in their DMs all day, warming people up that might have liked a post, followed them, engaged in some way with their page, moving them along this sales funnel. And that's where you come in. You own the inbox, you start conversations, you warm up leads, and ultimately you book calls. I used to be terrified of sales, but you're not doing the hard sell. You're really just having conversations, building that rapport, understanding exactly where this lead is, and actually figuring out if what your client's product or service is the right solution for their problem. You're really the bridge between someone that's curious and someone that is ready to buy. Something I always like to say is that without a setter, a business operates more like a McDonald's drive-through. It's very transactional. They're more likely to purchase because they are looking for a cheaper option. They're looking for it to be very much, they're opting in, they get the service, then they're on their way. Don't really think about it. They're not like, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Whereas when a business onboards a setter, it's very much like they have onboarded their very own front of house in a Michelin star restaurant. The client can rest easy knowing that the leads are already warmed up through this process before they get onto a sales call. And then you think to yourself, what business is going to be more successful? The one that's operating like a McDonald's, or the one that's operating like a Heston Blumenthal restaurant? So I've got some examples here of what it looks like in the real world with some big names and some of my previous clients as well. So starting off with an online fitness coach, Holly B Fitness. I've really admired her journey from obviously starting to create content around fitness, but actually growing her own brand and launching a Strong Girl Society. So Holly is running a Strong Girl Society, creating content, coaching clients, and walking her dog, all while she's living this new glamorous life in LA. She really is not going to have the time to be chasing people who liked a post 3 weeks ago. As a setter onboarding onto her account, you are responsible for starting conversations, warming up her audience, and booking the calls, or maybe even sending over the link directly for them to opt into Strong Girl Society, and obviously invoicing commission for every single person that does that. Fun fact, my last client that I did appointment setting for was actually in real estate in Dubai. So Aidan Doyle, I'll put his page here as well. Aidan mentors real estate agents on building a personal brand and generating inbound leads through his attraction agent framework. And he really onboarded me because he needed help with his pipeline. He needed someone to support with by reaching out to agents, qualifying them, and booking calls for his coaching, but also almost acting as a bit of a recruiter for his brokerage, Amara. And that was me, and that is what you call appointment setting. So it really feeds into these larger business models as well. One of the setters from my academy has been working with Julia. So Julia is busy. She runs group calls, she does one-to-ones, she's showing up on her Instagram daily. Her audience is growing at such a high rate, but without a setter, this audience would go untouched as well as unmanaged, meaning they couldn't get to the stage where they were actually converting. So Flora was working on this account to bridge the gap and feeding intel back. Who's ready? What objections are coming up? How can they improve the sales process and what's landing? Throwing it back to my first client, Ash Aquilina. She is renowned for SPMU treatments like lip blush and semi-permanent brows, but she also helps girls break into the industry, hosting training in both Dubai and Manchester. She's fully booked with clients herself, so there was no time to be strategic in the DMs. As her setter, I was responsible for spotting the right people, bridging that gap, and actually getting them booked onto a 4-figure course from the DMs. So this was quite a rare client because it wasn't that online coaching sort of model. It was very much in-person training. So there's that whole geographical dimension to it. But by building trust, by building that rapport in the DMs, we had people flying from Dublin to Manchester to do a course. We had people flying from Australia to Dubai to do her course. So it was really rewarding in that sense. This process truly works for any industry, and I'm going to use the example of luxury events. So imagine you're a luxury events business, inquiries are coming in every week. You as the owner are on site managing weddings, briefing suppliers, delivering the experience, but nobody's following up on the people that are actually supporting your socials, that are actively tapping in, liking, engaging, following. You have this mild awareness that they have an event coming up because they are actively stalking your profile, but ultimately you do not have capacity to get your foot in the door and actually build that rapport and send them a brief. But this is where a setter steps in, making prospects feel heard before they've even got on the call and turning interest into booked consultations. The best part is that you know the relationship has already started to be built and there's trust in the DM, so the leads are entering onto the consultation with their guard somewhat down, which honestly is everything when you're going on back-to-back sales calls. I can vouch for that. What does the day-to-day actually look like? You're starting real conversations with people already in your client's worlds, commenters, story views, people who just followed your client. You nurture those conversations and book calls. There's no content creation, no stock, no product to build. This really means that your inputs do deliver on your outputs. You're not waiting to see if a piece of content goes viral. You know exactly what's going to work in the DMs. You can do this from your phone, cafe, beach club, even your parents' kitchen table, or the south of France like me. And it's commission based, so you earn when your client earns. It's nothing like staying late in a corporate job for that one project that you really didn't want to do to begin with, and then you just get a thanks in an email afterwards. You see the direct result of your work, and often you build such an incredible relationship with your client as well. And honestly, this is what I mean by it works. Lucy quit teaching and made Bali her home. Sky was able to extend her maternity leave, working just 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. And Robin and Alenia both landed their dream client within 10 days of starting my coaching. And I, of course, replaced my 9-to-5 income in just 6 weeks. So why is it important that you hop on this in 2026? To really hammer this point home, I have got a stat. The online education and coaching market is a $200 billion industry in 2026. And this is growing at double digits year on year. Every coach, consultant, and course creator in that space needs a pipeline. Most don't have one. And the thing is, AI is not replacing this. Automated DMs do not build trust. Like, as consumers, we know that. We get that automated message and instantly that is not getting a reply. Genuine conversations do. The demand for human and relationship-based sales and marketing is only growing, and people can spot AI and automation from a mile off. This is such a skill that moves with you as well, which is one of the favorite things that I like about it. So it's location independent by design, and the girls who make it aren't the most experienced. They're the ones with a real reason to show up. So Millie, one of my first friends that I coached into appointment setting, she really wants this stability from appointment setting, and client retention is great because each month you can actually showcase exactly how much revenue you have driven for that business. Flora was done wasting her life in her 9-to-5, and it was about 3 months before she left that life behind, and she's been appointment setting for coming up to 3 years as well. Isabel has recently joined my academy, and she wants a career that can move with her between Australia and the UK. So very exciting times ahead. but your why is your pitch when it comes to working with these clients, and they really appreciate the hard work that goes into appointment setting and actually building a business of your own as well. So ultimately, what's stopping you? And let's address that now. There's the whole, I'm scared of sales. And that was me. I went all in on this blind with a genuine fear of sales. The fear doesn't mean that it's not you. It means that it's new. And every setter I've trained felt exactly the same on day one. There's the, is this a scam sort of question. Girls that join my coaching and myself, we spent years searching for remote work and found nothing but these are MLMs and fake travel agent roles. So the difference is that you are not selling to your friends, you are not buying stock, there is no pyramid, you are a skilled professional hired by a business owner to manage their pipeline. It's a job and a real one. I don't have experience. The best clients don't ask if you can do the job. Like I've just said, they ask why you want to. A huge part of my coaching is mindset, giving girls confidence to put themselves in rooms with big conversations and big players. You don't need a CV, you just need clarity on why you're doing this and why it's so important to you to make this work. I don't know if I can do this. Everyone is scared the first time that they back themselves. It's very unusual, and I honestly didn't even tell my parents when I started appointment setting, because I thought, how am I going to tell them I don't want to do a 9 to 5? But it's worked out marvelously, and I just want to help more girls do this journey. And when you think about what scares you, it could literally be the gym, a first day, a bungee jump, which I really regret doing when I did one. But the fear is proof that it matters to you, and it's not necessarily proof that it's wrong. It's just proof that you need to work, and it's your own independent decision, that fear. I need to think about it. So this is a really good one because the cost of inaction is so real. I just wish I started appointment setting sooner, and I know that a lot of the girls in my coaching feel the same. You can obviously go back to what you're doing, but how long have you been doing that for? However many years, and why are you watching this video? Or you can make a very different decision today. To this off, I want to finish by saying appointment setting is real. It is a legitimate, low barrier gateway into remote work. There's a high upside, real demand, and no experience required, just commitment. And that's exactly why I am leaving the link below to book a call with me, and we can talk about your own individual roadmap and whether this is truly something that aligns with what you're working towards, and most importantly, your why. And definitely subscribe and follow along for more videos on appointment setting and my journey into remote work as well. Thank you for watching.